We have actually seen the rand now erase its gains for the day. It is a little weaker against the dollar, but this latest outcome seems to be leaving traders a little bit confused as to what can happen next, because no time frame has been set for Zuma to step down.
Yes, Ronnie, exactly. I think that, it's been quite a momentous day or a couple of days in South African politics, but from a market's point of view, it's been a bit of a damp squib in the sense that nobody's quite certain which way it's going. And we saw the rand weaken slightly as the announcement was made this afternoon, which basically was what everybody knew already, which is that Zuma is on his way out. But the rand is still within a very tight range that it's been trading in for the past couple of weeks as this process unfolded. And there doesn't seem to be that much concern. We didn't see any sign of a panic sell-off or deep disappointment with the statement this afternoon. But that said, a number of investors that we spoke to this afternoon are starting to express concern about next week's budget presentation that's scheduled for the 21st. And I think the concern is that if this leadership crisis is not resolved sort of going into next week, then I think we could see a risk premium being built into the rand and other South African assets again.
Right. And is there also a risk that we could see a downgrade to local currency credit from Moody's?
Yes, so South Africa is just one step away from a junk rating on its local currency bonds, which would spark capital outflows from the South African bond market. So that's a big concern. And that's why the budget next week is so important, because it has to convince investors and the ratings agencies that the incoming leadership is not only serious about fiscal consolidation, but also able to actually implement those measures that are required to kickstart the economy. And for that, obviously, strong leadership would be needed. And so the worry is that if this saga drags on sort of into next week, then it will undermine the ability of this government to show that it is actually able to rescue this economy from the stagnation that it's been in for years now.
Right, Robert, this government needs to get Zuma gone if it really wants to be taken seriously on an ongoing basis by the market. Can it do that, though? I mean, would that escalate very quickly if it tried to take matters into its own hands?
Yeah. Yeah, the problem is that the ANC, the party that Zuma is a member of, doesn't have the power or the authority to actually fire him from as president. Only Parliament can do that. So although everybody knows that he's on his way out, it's the end game. It is a matter of timing and of process, and it will have to go to Parliament, and Parliament would have to decide how to get rid of him over the next few days.